Okay, we call this one the data scorecard review. And the bad habit here is that teams spend live time reviewing dashboards or complex scorecards, leading to random reactions, awkward silence, uninformed questions, or and lengthy but low value discussions that end up focusing on the wrong thing. Right. So that's what a lot of teams do when it comes time to look at bad data or look at data, I should say.
Yeah.
The async upgrade here is that the point person for the data set, report, dashboard, whatever it might be, who's responsible for making sure that it's all there and up to date in the right place, records a Loom voiceover, some type of video voiceover, walking the participants through an overview of what they're looking at, gives some context, maybe shows some trends, right? Maybe offers some key insights, offers some implications for what it means, right? And the team members are expected to review it, to comment asynchronously, right? And then also, again, like you're going to hear a similar trend here, be primed for what might they need to dive into as a team. Like now they're ready. They see like, ooh, this is an important insight. This could have an impact
Mm,
on a big strategic goal we have, or a missing result, or maybe it's something we just really need to celebrate. We're
yeah.
much more ready to do that when we've gone through this ahead of time. Now we can come synchronously and we can talk about the right stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love this one so much. The 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 crickets that you hear so often when somebody just puts that data, in front of the team, and it's like, and then the feeling is, oh, nobody cares about data, or we don't have data analysis, in our
Yeah.
capability set as a team.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say about this one is that it's progress to just send the data scorecard out ahead of time. Like, just
Mm,
to share that without the Loom video is a good step in the
that's
right
true.
direction.
Yeah.
But the Loom video or the recording is really powerful because it forces the person who's responsible for being the steward of that scorecard, right, to bring some initial thinking and analysis and framing, right, to
Yeah.
them. And that piques everyone's curiosity a little bit, makes us want to look at it a little bit more ahead of
Hmm.
time. And it helps to prime that, right? It gives us a chance to get into the headspace of looking at the data ahead of time, right? And so that ultimately, when we get into the meeting, we're that much more focused on what do we actually need to discuss, if anything, right? Sometimes that's the
Yeah.
great part of this about this as well, is that
Yeah.
sometimes that update is all you needed. Everyone's watched and internalized, and so now we get in there. Thanks for sending. Nothing big to talk about. What are the big things that we need to dive into today? Love
Totally.
this one.
Yeah, and maybe just a couple things to add here, Joe, would be that I think that there's an appreciation for the fact that everyone on your team likely has a ton of things going on, and even if they're trying to be as present as possible and focused as possible, it's still asking a lot in real time for someone to get their head around any set of data and really bring an analysis and understanding lens. That just feels like a Herculean task for me to switch from one thing to another thing. And like now I'm going deep and looking at data. You're kind of just setting yourselves up to fail if you're doing that, because people need to have. So if you do it asynchronously, I can say, well, when am I in the right time to do that?
Yeah.
Like I think I've got this little gap at 3 o'clock today where I'm going to be in the right space to
Yeah.
look at that and really soak it in and have some questions. But I know this morning I've got too much going on, right? And
Yeah.
so whatever it might, so it really just helps us all to show up much better.
Yeah. Well, and I think maybe just to call out a few core ideas that we're pulling on here that we'll continue to with the other ones is, one, we're optimizing for processing time, right? And the different
Mm,
processing needs and styles that people have with
yeah,
both of our initial hacks.
yeah,
We're optimizing for better input from people, right?
yeah.
So in this case, it's going to be better reactions to data. Uh, and in the earlier one, it's going to be a stronger update because there's actual some deliberate prep that you need to do to share that update. So we're
Mm,
we're we're optimizing for better input. And then the third is we're optimizing for our synchronous time together,
yeah,
right? So when we
that's
actually
right.
come together, how do we make sure that that time is most impactful? Right? And
Yeah,
and so let's
that's
keep
great.
going, but
Yeah.
that's a couple themes for us.